Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, it's me, Andrew G, and welcome to episode 7 of The Public Affair. Thank you all again so much for all your support and watching. I'm really happy that you guys are all enjoying this podcast, and I can't believe that we're on episode 7. Of course, big shout out to Rogue Media Network, my boy Mike Hamilton, for making this podcast and birthing it to what it is. You know, I call him the daddy of the podcast. I'm sure, I've never disclosed that with him, but I'm sure, you know, whatever. Before we get started, I want to let you guys know that this episode is brought to you by a few of our sponsors. I want to give a shout out to Francisco and Sons, my boy Israel Salazar. They're a local welding company here in Waco, Texas. They focus on carports, metal buildings, fences, and more. So if you guys ever need anything done of the sorts, make sure you guys hit up Francisco and Sons. Tell them your boy Andrew G sent you, darling. I also want to give a big shout out to my boy Marcus Cordero with Midway Nutrition. They're on Hewitt Drive. They make meal replacement shakes, some of the best that I've ever had in my life. My favorite, of course, is the Honey Nut Cheerio. So if you guys are looking to do anything a little bit more healthy for breakfast or lunch, make sure you guys hit up Marcus Cordero at Midway Nutrition. And they just opened a sister location, Waco Nutrition, on Spate Avenue. So make sure you guys check them out. Tons of different varieties. And thank you guys for sponsoring the podcast. Of course, I want to give a big shout out to Cool Dreams Services. They're Cool Dreams Waco on Facebook. My girl Ashley, my boy David Sanchez. They're a local heating and AC company. They also specialize in spray foam insulation. It's hot as F out here. Your AC's finna break. Make sure you guys call them to get your AC fixed. Best quality guaranteed. Thank you guys again so much for reaching out. And I want to give a shout out to one of our new sponsors, Arjon Painting, or Arjon si habla español. My boy Juan Arjon, who is the owner of that. They've been a local family-owned painting company for over 35 years, so you know you're going to get the best quality when you call them for your painting needs, for your interior and exterior for your house. They specialize in residential homes, so make sure you guys give them a call. That leads me to my guest for this evening. We're going to have a little double whammy here today. I'm not going to call it a menage a trois, because I don't do girls, but I want to give a big shout out to the CCG team, Cameron and Claudia Gomez. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Claudia, I just have to say before we get started, you know you're the first woman on The Public Affair.
I know, I'm so excited.
We're going to call you the first lady of The Public Affair. How about that? Yes. And the reason why I say, you know, I mentioned with Arjon Painting is because you guys are realtors.
Yes.
Here in Waco. And so we'll talk about more of that in just a minute. But I'm really excited to have you guys on. This is mine and Cameron's first time meeting. I've met Claudia before. Me and Claudia go back. It was a few years ago, wasn't it?
Yes.
How long ago was that? It was a party. It was like a house party that we met at.
Yeah.
It was before Cameron came along. Cameron, don't get mad. It was way before Cameron. Yeah.
5 years?
It had to have been like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. And we, it was lit. and then I saw that you met Cameron, and Cameron had the same last name as me.
And you started calling him cousin.
Well, yeah, so we're like little cousins, right? But we're really not. But, you know, just for disclaimer, Cameron and I are not related to each other. We just happen to have the same last name. Yes. And Claudia has the same last name, but Gomez is such a strong last name, isn't it? Isn't it sexy too? Don't you feel sexy when you say my last name is Gomez? I love, yeah, right? But thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate you guys. It's so nice to finally meet you. It's good to see you again. I knew that I wanted to invite the CCG team on The Public Affair. As soon as I started this project, you guys were one of the ones who was like, I gotta invite them because Cameron, from what I understand, unless he's flaking, listens to Power 108, or at least watches the lives that I do on Facebook. And he did reach out to me for some promotion and stuff like that. Unfortunately, you know, radio is very not what's the word that I'm looking for? like there's a lot of politics as far as like I would love to promote CCG, but then that involves money and this and that. So then I start my own podcast and we do it for free, right? Yeah. Unless then I do the sponsors. I have my own politics, but radio has worse politics than that. So it's really a pleasure to meet you, and it's great to see you again, Claudia. And thank you guys for having us, of course. And I warned Claudia and I warned Cameron that y'all watch this podcast. I'm gonna ask the questions. I seen what you guys been posting on Facebook. Well, I've been doing my homework, darling. So we're going to get into it. Yeah, good. So before we get started, of course, I like to wine and dine my guests with the amenity of their choice because it's a independently owned podcast. Yes. I pay for my sponsors actually help pay for it now. So thank you, sponsors. Yeah. But yeah, so let's talk about a little bit about what you guys wanted. So Claudia, let's start with you. You requested, per Cameron. You requested the screwdriver and the sour Skittles.
Yes.
So why that? I feel like that's such a weird mix, and I'm drinking a screwdriver too.
I mean, the screwdrivers, they just sneak up on you. Mm-hmm. They taste like orange juice, and you just never know when it's going to hit you.
Then you get that little screwdriver at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know about little, but.
Cameron, stop, I'm sweating. Okay.
Yes.
But
I don't know. And then Skittles, I don't know. They're just really good.
She just wanted to taste the rainbow because she's on the public affair. Yeah. That's what's up, right? Well, I thought that was a little weird mix. I typically don't like eating candy with my alcohol, but hey, if that's what you want.
I'm just a fruity person.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. That's great. Thank God your husband's not though, right? Okay. Now, of course, listen, Cameron was Hollywood as fuck with me, right? He said he wanted mixed Long Island iced tea. And a mini Cinnabon. So the mini Cinnabons, shout out to Schlotsky's. I was like, I know where to find those. It's no big deal, right? Of course they didn't have them. They had the regular Cinnabons, right? Okay. And then the mixed cocktail Long Island iced tea, I couldn't find anywhere. Nowhere. He told me where to find them, and everywhere that I went that you told me, they were like, we don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, I even went to the liquor store. But I finally, shout out to the Sefco and Hewitt Dry, bro. I finally found it over there. And I just was going in there like, let me just try one more time. Because I did buy you a fruit punch for Loco. Okay. And this other
high school.
Okay, well, I've never had Four Loko. And this sweet tea. Right. I'm gonna try. I left it at my house because this weekend I'm leaving. So yeah, I'm gonna try it then. So what about that? I've never had that. So what about that? Why did you choose that?
I'm from the East Coast.
Hey, where?
New Jersey.
New York.
Central Jersey. Very close to where you're probably about an hour. What part of
Long Island? We're close. Everywhere. Yeah.
Long Island iced tea. You gotta have it.
I know, right? I was gonna try it, but I felt like getting a screwdriver so I can get screwed later. So yeah.
But now I'm from the East Coast, and so I like to bring it back to my roots. It's a genuine drink. It's an expensive one whenever you're at the bars and stuff.
Oh, really? Do they sell that at bars?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You gotta request it and stuff.
Girl, I be getting the Bud Light. Y'all got Michelob. You know what I mean? Like, something easy peasy. Yeah, I stopped ordering
always extra. So
yeah, that's good. I think, but it's so funny that you say that. I think I'm extra too. Maybe it has maybe it has something to do with us being from the East Coast.
Maybe we're
we're Gomez. Yeah. What's your nationality, Cameron?
I'm Greek and Hispanic.
Greek? What kind of Hispanic? Puerto Rican or Cuban?
Mexican.
You're Mexican. Okay, Greek.
Yeah, my grandparents.
That's sexy, Claudia. Where'd you bag that from?
Yeah, I'm foreign. So.
Oh, okay.
Like import,
You're an import?
Yeah.
Okay. So, where are your grandparents from again? Get that little sip.
Yeah, they're from Juarez.
Juarez,
and
okay.
Then, on my dad's side and then my mom's side, they're from Athens, and I'm from the Greek.
Okay.
Greece.
That explains like his warrior attitude. When I think of Greece, I think that's what I think of. That's pretty cool. So, from New Jersey, how long have you been living here in Waco?
What?
How about Texas?
Okay, Texas since I was 12.
Okay.
So like 13 years.
Okay. Yeah, I've been in Texas about 14 years. How old are you?
Yeah, 25.
Okay, I'm 29. I've been here about 14 years too. Do you like it?
It's all right. It's a lot different. Summers are crazy.
I miss the
hot here.
beach. I miss the beach.
I miss the beach
I miss
all
the
the
fucking
time.
beach, bro.
So
I do.
We just got back from Miami.
Hey.
For my birthday.
Oh, I saw that. Happy birthday. I saw. Okay, Claudia.
Miss 305.
There you go. Claudia, why don't you tell the listeners where you're from as well?
I'm from Waco, Texas.
Okay.
Born and raised.
Yeah. I got you. Okay, but you look sexy in that bathing suit, so.
Okay. You gotta go out somewhere else to wear a bathing suit.
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't do it here because there's a bunch of haters, and we're gonna talk about that. Let me tell you, I've been watching those little social medias. Y'all been so we're gonna get into that. Yeah, you have. Okay, but anyway,
it's all good.
Yeah. So okay, you guys got back from Miami. That's really awesome. So you guys had a good time.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. It's kind of crazy because with COVID and everything going on, a lot of things are closed down. and so you don't really get the Miami nightlife that you would be, used to, that you see on the movies and TV and whatnot.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a great experience.
Yeah.
I got to go out there. Definitely go again once everything starts to settle down.
And
I really go party it up.
Did you guys enjoy the beach?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beach was light, right? Did you make a sand castle or anything? No.
No.
You just get drunk on the beach and lay there, right?
Yeah, just
pretty much.
drunk.
Just
they
get
have
drunk.
little like waiters and stuff coming to our tables and whatnot.
That's vacation to me. Just lay out on the beach, tan, and eat sushi. That's all I want to do, and drink a margarita.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. That's pretty awesome.
I think when you get older, that's all you want to do is just
all you wanna
chill
do.
and drink.
Right? I'm not for the club anymore.
No.
Don't invite me to no club, no bar. If we're gonna go to so after this I'm gonna meet some friends at Bubba's 33, and that's fine, right? Because I could eat a cheeseburger, have a beer, go home, go to bed.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to be at a bar with a bunch of drunk, angry people. Like you know what I mean? People trying to fight me. I can't fight. You know what I mean? Like I tell that to everybody. I can't fight. I got my ass whooped. Like I can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's up. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit to Claudia about how we met. So and then we'll talk about how you guys met together. But before we do that, we have to get to the root of things. So Claudia and I met Claudia as a single mom.
Yes.
And we were at a party at our good friend JR's house. Do you keep in touch with him still? I haven't talked to him.
No, I haven't.
No, I have no shade. I just haven't spoken to him.
Yeah.
Shout out to JR. He was a really great DJ here in town. Had a little house party. I was in charge of bringing the hot dogs because you are not going to invite me to no house party, barbecue, nothing, and we're going to eat bar ass hot dogs. Like I can't fucking do it. I need all beef, 100% beef. I like my meat. You know what I mean? Yes, it's great. Yeah. So Claudia and I met at that party. That was quite a few years ago. I was plastered mess. She was I just remember you being very kind. You were very non-judgmental, and everybody else there was too. The same as you, but you just had this radiance to you that I always appreciated, and I was happy that we were able to keep up on social media. And I kind of watched your journey as a single mom to meeting Cameron to now being successful realtors, as it seems. I mean, over 3,000 followers on Facebook from what I saw.
Yeah.
If y'all didn't know that, yes, it is, because I checked. You got way more than the public affair. So send them a little bit my way.
Yes,
So, why don't you talk to me about, can we talk a little bit about your life and what it kind of led up to before Cameron?
Yeah, I mean,
share what you're comfortable with. I don't want to put you on the spot. Yeah.
No, I mean, I was just, basically just single, going out and having fun. And, I did have my son at the time.
Yeah.
And, I was working at the bank. I was branch manager.
Right.
So I thought I had my life, said and done. I'm good, I was good. And, then he comes.
Okay.
So
how long was it after we met that you met Cameron? Because it was a couple years, wasn't it? Wasn't it a little bit, or am I tripping? Okay.
It was, I think, real soon.
It was soon. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it was soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
I didn't say anything, or I didn't, post it out there. Just because, I do have a son.
Right.
He was always first, in my mind. And so when he came along, I was like, I don't like him. He's cocky as hell. Like, no, not my type of guy. Like, no.
I got that on the phone. I was like, this bitch.
Yeah. So I was just like, no. I didn't think anything of it at the time. He was just, like, hey.
Yeah, okay. Where'd y'all meet?
We both worked at the bank.
Oh, okay. So you were both. So were you his manager?
No.
Oh, okay.
So we met at a meeting.
Okay.
He was working in Stephenville at the time.
Yeah.
I was here in Belmead branch.
Okay.
I was a manager. He was an employee.
Hey.
I was a supervisor. Hold up.
Okay.
Give
him his little rank, Claudia.
Okay. Yeah. And then we had a meeting.
Yeah.
And
y'all had a meeting, or y'all had a meeting?
No.
Did y'all have a private meeting or what?
Not yet.
Oh. She's like, stop. Well, y'all don't work there no more, so it's all good.
Yeah. And so we had like a frontline meeting where all the employees get together and, we just make, I don't know. I was giving a presentation.
Okay.
And he came up to me at the end of the presentation and was like, hey, like, if you need any help at your branch, like, give my manager a call.
I was trying to help
I was like, okay.
If you need help.
Hey, he was trying to help out, all right.
He was trying to help
She looked a little stressed up there. She looked like she needed to loosen up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what's up. Okay, so y'all met at the bank.
Yeah, I met at the bank.
That's cool.
It went from there.
Well, that's pretty cool, Claudia. Before we get started with getting to know a little bit more about Cameron, I do want to give a shout out to a couple more of our sponsors. Definitely Little Angels Waco, my boy Jose Villa and my girl Rochelle Villa. They rent bounce houses and water slides here in town. So make sure you guys call them if you guys need a bounce house or water slide for all your next events, for your kids' events, anything. Very professional. The best water slides and bounce houses I've ever played on myself. Love them all so much. And thank you to Jose and Rochelle Villa for reaching out to me for wanting to sponsor the show. Also, one of our new sponsors, who we mentioned last episode, Fat Boy Micheladas en Botana and Serrano's Carnita. Junior Banda and Miguel Serrano are behind the masterminds behind that company. They work together for the best micheladas, botanas, and carne seca that you will ever put in your mouth. Love them so much. Junior actually invited me over to have some of those things, and they were absolutely delicious. They are locally operated, so make sure you guys call them for your next party get-together, or if you just want to eat it all by yourself. And definitely by their logo, get the best, not the rest, darling. So thank you to Fat Boy Michelada and Botana and Serrano's Carnita for sponsoring the public affair. So moving forward, Cameron, why don't you tell us a little bit about your life and growing up and all that, and leading up to where you met Claudia. Let's hear your version of events, starting from the beginning.
My life, completely different. I grew up in New Jersey, moved here. What grade was that? Fifth grade. At the end of fifth grade, starting sixth grade, I moved here. Kind of bounced around a lot between houses and whatnot, just family situations and stuff, and kind of really had a brutal upcoming, really. But that's always been my motivation. I lost my mom when I was 8. Oh. So she's always kind of been in the back of my mind, and my main motivation to be the best. Yeah. To be number one at everything I do. Okay. And so I've used that throughout school. I was A honor roll all throughout high school. Graduated top 10% of high school. Hey. And then shout out Crowley, Texas.
Crowley? Okay. I don't even know what's that.
And then I went off to Tarleton, where I ran track my freshman year.
I can see that.
And then I wound up getting my job at the bank, where I started just very, very bottom of the barrel as a personal banker, juggling school full time. I was also a RL, a residential leader in the dorms. Okay. And then I was working at the bank, and so I kind of had to make a choice. Do I want to do track? Do I think I'm going to make a lot of money out of it? Later on in life, and so I wound up leaving track, leaving the team, and then just focusing on school full time, being a residential leader, because it covered my room and board. Yeah, it was a lot of the expense of college, outside of tuition. But luckily, my dad was in the military, so I paid for all of my tuition. So I graduated, no student debt, and I wound up getting like crazy refund checks.
Oh wow,
$5,000 a semester.
Oh, I wouldn't know what to do with that.
Yeah. So luckily, when I was living in Jersey, I was living with my aunt and uncle, who were very financially sound, and so they brought me up on a great upbringing. So I graduated with like $50K in the bank at 20 years old, and then working. Once I graduated, the bank actually gave me my branch manager position in Waxahachie. So I was 21 years old, branch manager of a bank. I had 9 employees under me, and then Claudia and I met a little bit before that. And that's kind of when we started to realize.
So you're a college graduate?
Yes.
From Tarleton.
From Tarleton,
Claudia, did you graduate college?
No.
Yeah, girl, me too. High five.
Yes.
Okay. High school diploma, don't bother me no more. All right, damn. Yes. That was hard enough. Okay, shit.
I know.
No, but I've talked about it with a few of our guests in the past about how I think getting your college degree is like so ingrained in your mind. Like you have to do that, otherwise you're going to be shit in life. And I don't have a college degree, and I have a really awesome lit-ass podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you guys are successful realtors. You know what I mean? So I think that's pretty cool. You talked about, a brutal, I guess the passing of your mom had to have been really hard and affected your childhood. Yeah. How were you able to not, I guess, go down the route of getting into a lot of trouble? I mean, I think a lot of kids at that age are like, well, I don't have my mom. Life's just not fair. Fuck that.
It was honest. It was rough. And I mean, I had my situations where I was going left when I really should have been going right and whatnot. But I always looked up to my big brother. Okay. He was always my inspiration. Pretty much probably till I was 21, really. Right. I just always wanted to grow up and be like him. He was that Guido, that Jersey Shore type of guy, like Mike or something like that.
God, how annoying.
But that's how he was. And so, growing up under him and hanging out with him when he was like 21, 22, I was 15. Okay. So at that time, I was like, I want to be just like my big brother. Right. And so I always looked up to him and his successes that he had, throughout his early years in life. And, I've always envisioned myself, this big baller,
Okay.
This bit, luxury. I love luxury items. I'm very materialistic.
Yeah.
And I know that you're not going to get Lambos. You're not going to get diamonds and big houses and stuff like that.
Right.
Without the work ethic, without grinding and putting work first before play.
Right. That doesn't get handed to you, is what you're saying.
It definitely
No,
doesn't.
I think a lot of people
have that.
yeah.
A lot of people have a trust fund or their grandparents gave them this or that. Ain't nobody give me $1.
Yeah.
And so I got here on my own, and I'm gonna continue grinding. I got 2 kids.
Yeah.
And then a wife, and so it's.
So okay, so now we're getting into where you guys met each other, and this is what I'm saying. I've watched Claudia on social media be a single mom. Not that she was ever bitching about being a single mom; she was just a single mom. And then she meets Cameron Gomez, and I honestly I was a little bit more judgmental back in the day. So when I saw Cameron, big old green ass eyes and nice ass body, I was like, no, Claudia, get away from him. He ain't, but that was the judgment. I'm not like that anymore. Now I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And so I watched you two become what I refer to as a power couple. Yeah. Now, whatever, that's what is perceived to me on social media, whatever y'all got going on outside of social media, that's y'all business. Yeah. But from what I seen you guys make a career together. And so why don't you talk to me a little bit of what was y'all's, I guess, first date like what made you say, okay, I guess I'll go out with him, whatever, let's see.
Well,
because you were branch manager.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you shit. So pick my fruit out.
Figured out.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, the first date, he took me hiking with no water. I was
hiking
so
with
pissed.
no water.
In Glen Rose.
Oh,
Yeah.
bye.
And
he got left
At the
right there.
Dinosaur Park.
I was just so done. I was like, no.
Yeah.
No. And then he just kept trying.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
So did you like the persistence?
Yeah.
Do girls like that about a man? Like, do you as a woman want your man to be aggressive and persistent?
Yes.
Do you? Okay.
But, I mean, when I first met him, I was like, hey, if you're gonna take me out on a date, I don't want no movie, no dinner, no nothing. So I guess he tried, by taking me. He just forgot the water.
He was nervous, wasn't he?
It was really hot.
He wanted to give you a different kind of water.
He wasn't getting no kind of water.
I did get a kiss though. So.
Oh, you got a first date kiss?
A dry kiss.
What's a dry? Oh yeah, because there's no. Okay.
Yeah,
I always tell everybody that you should totally F on the first date too, because it's like buying a car. You got to test drive it before. You want to spend the rest of your life with somebody who doesn't give bomb. You know what I mean?
I mean, but the connection wasn't there for me at the beginning. So,
it's a show of honesty.
No, but he tried, I think him just keep on trying, kept on trying and he got me.
What was it about Claudia that made you we're gonna.
It's actually crazy is that at that sales meeting that she was telling you about that we met at, I was in the crowd because I was just a regular employee and she was up front doing her little speech with all the different managers. I actually leaned over to one of my coworkers at the time. And I was like, bro, she bad. And I even told her, I was like, hey, I'm going to marry her one day.
Oh,
and
shit.
Here we are. Yeah. So I called it out.
Yeah.
And but no, I mean, Hispanic, black hair.
Yeah. That was your type. That was your
Yeah.
type. I always heard that opposite.
Successful.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I always want somebody to be in a position that I know I'm going to be at. I wasn't at it at the time. I was 19 years old.
Right.
A sophomore. Yeah, sophomore in college. Of course, I'm not going to be a branch manager. I don't have the time to be a branch manager at that time. I became one immediately after when I did. But just somebody that has that drive to be successful, because I'm not that one that I'm gonna front the bill every single time we do something. I'm not that one that all the weight's gonna be on my shoulders.
Okay.
So it can be presumed like that, but I want to know that my girl is just as successful as me.
Right.
And so,
okay, so
I knew she had it in her.
Well, I totally respect that too, because I always tell these girls, you can't be depending on no fucking man that has everything and gives you everything. Because when that man, I knew a woman in her 40s who she depended on her husband for every single thing, and that man just up and fucking left her, and she didn't have shit to piss in. Do you hear me? And I was like, you guys cannot be dependent. No, good for you guys for being, I guess you guys have a 50-50 relationship. Like, I'll pay this time, you pay that. Regardless of what it is, you'll be good on your own.
Right.
If, God forbid, you guys happen to separate, which will never happen because you guys are obviously in love.
Yeah.
But, I tell these girls all the time, some of the dudes too, that want to be sugar babies and shit, that want their sugar daddies. No, I am never going to not be without my own shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've actually been told that I'm single because I'm too aggressive. That was going to be my next question for you. Do you think that being too aggressive kept maybe obviously didn't push you away.
I wasn't like aggressive,
Oh, okay.
like talk to me type of thing. No,
Okay, no,
I'm very smooth.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I may be one of those that
Say some little slick
Okay.
shit.
I'm
Yeah,
slick.
yeah.
And then, you know,
Shut the fuck
I
up.
may like double text, but I'm not going triple, quadruple text and call.
Oh no.
I'm not like that.
Well, it's like I said on episode 3 of Kutis, I'm a fucking player, and I know how to get in these dudes' fucking minds and
Yes.
fuck with their heads and get what I want. But when it comes to relationships, I've been told that I'm too aggressive. Like, because I'm very to the point. I ain't about the talking too much, especially like if we're gonna hook up. You know what I mean? Like if it's a random encounter. Like, don't like ask me just come. Are you coming over or not? It's 12 a.m. Do you know what I mean? Like it's getting fucking late. Remember those days? Y'all, you know.
I don't remember.
Cameron don't want to get in trouble, right?
I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay. Well, that's cool how you guys met. You know, I think that's really awesome. And obviously it led to a very, great marriage. You guys are a very hot couple.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this real quick. Let me take a little sippy of my drinky real quick before I ask this question.
Uh-oh.
Because we're about to throw a little shade, darling. I called you guys a hot couple.
Yes.
Cameron, I think you're hot. I think you're hot too.
Thank you.
All right.
Do you get offended by that?
No.
Do you get offended by that?
No, I mean, it was crazy. I have some. There's a lot of gay people that be trying to like talk to me.
Well, I'm not going to try and talk to you. I just think you're hot. I would, and I won't. Well, let me just verify too. I'm not going to try and talk to you because I actually fuck with her heavy. Like I love her. So, but like, if I didn't know you,
No, so it's nothing out of the ordinary though. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, but so you guys don't get offended by that, right? I had a couple that like stops fucking with me now because I said that. Like I said that he was hot, but I said she was hot too. That they were a hot couple. I called her a cougar. Then they just stopped fucking with me, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, I don't think I never came on to him.
Yeah.
Because if I always joke, if I wanted you, I could have fucking had you. Let's be 100, darling. I get what I want. I've never not gotten what I wanted out of a night of drinking. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
But I'm very respectful too. Like I told you, I fuck with Claudia. I love Claudia. I think she's hot. She's gorgeous. I respect her hustle, and I would never try to come on to Cameron for that reason. But y'all don't get offended by that.
No.
So they're crazy.
No.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
I mean, I
I just want to make sure I'm not crazy.
Yeah, I've actually had people like touch on him and stuff, and I'm just like,
okay. I would say I would
like
not.
this, like.
Do you have a
And
hot
I'm just
body,
like,
Cameron?
okay.
Is there a six pack in there?
There's six pack. I'm pretty stout.
He's so from New Jersey. Oh, it just
I think
makes
so.
me sick.
I don't wake up at 6 to go to the gym for nothing.
No, but
So I gotta be able to
he gets
function.
out the shower like, ooh, look at that,
Yeah.
I be looking at my titties in the shower too. So shut up.
It's crazy. Me and my son, he'll see me like do like the little titty bounce, whenever like you're.
Oh, yeah,
flexing,
yeah.
And he'd be like,
Why were you titty bouncing on the camera? I saw you do that.
show it off a little
This
bit.
isn't a porno, okay?
That's next episode.
Yeah, next episode. Yeah, the menage a trois. I'm gonna call this episode the menage a trois. Anyway, no, I'm not. So no, but yeah, that one particular couple, like they just stopped fucking with me. I can't go to any of the family. Whatever. It's cool. Like I love her. I don't have any issues with the girl.
Are they
but
an older couple?
the
Like,
woman
we're
is a little.
20s.
Okay, well, the guy is my age.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're together anymore. I really don't care. The woman, she's older than us. I don't want to throw her age out there because, again, I love her, but she is older than us considerably. Yeah. And so I fuck with her. I like her, but I think it was just one of those situations where, she's going to defend her man, and he was offended by it. But then, I found some shit out so he could shut up. But anyway, moving on. I'm not gonna do that because I love that family, and they are part of my family. We're just going through a little riff right now. Sweet. And I'm not gonna entertain it any further. But anyway, so let's talk about how you guys get into real estate. So whose idea was that? Because okay, so it was Cameron's idea. So you guys are the CCG team.
Correct.
Is that the Cameron Claudia Gomez team?
Correct.
Right.
Okay, I put that together literally just now. Okay. So what made you tell her, hey babe, let's get into real estate?
Well, we were living in Hillsboro.
Okay.
My branch is in Waxahachie, and her branch is in Belmead. And the company that we were working for opened 7 days a week. Not normal banking hours. We would get off work, sometimes 7, 8 o'clock at night, depending, if an employee was out of balance or something, then you got to re-audit them, and just did a whole bunch of stuff. So it'd be some nights where we wouldn't even get home till 9 or 10.
Right.
And then we still have a 35-minute drive to get home to Hillsboro because that's where we live, to be kind of halfway in between each other's branches.
Right.
And I was just like, hey, like it's not gonna keep on working like this.
Right.
They're working our tails off, and we're still trying to grow our
You
family.
can say asses off. That's cool.
Working our asses off.
Yeah. You can curse on this show.
But,
I said pussy and everything, so you're good.
Yeah, you did. My bad.
Okay.
So working our asses off,
Yeah.
and I mean, honestly, the money was good.
Yeah.
But I've always had this drive, in real estate. I've always been a top producer in sales and stuff like that. But even looking in real estate, it's not even really a sales position. That as being a realtor, you're really not. You're providing a service,
Right.
and just kind of coaching, buyers and sellers on, hey, let's do this, let's do that.
Right.
And so, but I've always been great with people, and I knew the money was crazy good.
Yeah.
But I got to do what I loved, which was interacting with others, marketing myself, marketing my brand and whatnot. So there's something that I've always loved to do in a career. Why don't go and jump and do it?
Right.
And so, I had the reserve saved up. I knew that we'd be okay if we wound up, leaving our jobs, which we were at. I was there for like 4.5 years. She was there for 5+.
Oh, wow.
And so we were very comfortable, very top ranking, both managers.
Yeah.
Just left. No 2 weeks. I didn't put a 2 weeks.
Wow.
I didn't put a 2 weeks in. I think she did.
Claudia, so fuck you. I'm putting my
So she's
Go ahead and go. Yeah.
yeah. But we did. But we let them know the same day that we were quitting. But out of nowhere, like, no, hey, regional manager, I'm thinking about doing this or going this route, because we knew that they were just going to try to keep us.
Right.
And of course, they don't want their retention and stuff like that.
Right.
To go down, especially at the manager level, it's tough. But I just told her, it's crazy. We took her to dinner at one of these little spots downtown Waco, a little Italian joint, and I told her, I was like, hey, like, for real, we gotta leave.
Yeah.
And we need to do real estate. I looked into it. This is how much we can make if we sell this house value or sales price and whatnot. And we just got to get it, and I'll take care of the family until we start building our brand and getting these houses sold.
Isn't it great? You got a hot ass husband who's smart too.
Well, at that time we weren't even engaged.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So to you were probably just like, bitch.
Well, it took me a while. It took me a while for him to actually convince me, because in my mind, okay, if this and this and this goes wrong, like, I'm gonna be stuck, starting over.
Right.
And so, I have a son to think about. I was
Right.
pregnant at the time, and I'm like, okay,
Oh, you guys have a daughter.
Yes, we
Yes.
have Bella.
Okay.
Yes.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was just like, I don't know, I have a secure job, the
Yeah.
benefits, everything. And, he was just trying to, make us grow.
Yeah. So it was beneficial then, would you
Yeah,
say?
yeah.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah.
So you were scared at first, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. I mean, you're
Right.
taking a leap of faith.
Well, especially since you're comfortable in the job that you're in
Yeah.
now. And I think a lot of people get very comfortable in their position and they don't think, oh, I can get another job. And, sometimes you might have to start over. But,
Right.
if you're not happy, well, you were not happy at the bank. Were you like,
I was.
you were unhappy?
I was happy.
Oh, you were happy at the
Yeah.
bank. Oh, okay.
I
okay.
really, and that's why it took me so long.
Yeah.
Because I really loved it. I loved what I did. I loved growing people. And,
Right.
I was like,
Right. I had Roman, the realtor, here on episode 2. He realtor, and he was talking to me a little about. Do you guys work together at all, or do you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool guy. I love him.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot. We had vegan food a few years ago. Real cool guy, but he talked to me a little bit about his journey in realtoring and, like the hard work that he had to put behind it. I guess a lot of people think, oh, you just sell this house and it's easy. What was that experience like for you guys?
I mean, I don't know. For me, I just get, the satisfaction of helping people.
Yeah.
Like, you're helping someone make the biggest purchase of their life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the main purchase. Like,
Right.
hey, we're
That's
getting
the house.
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's, for me, that's it,
But was there like a lot of social media promoting that you guys had?
Yeah.
Like what was your promoting tactic as far as selling houses when?
I mean, Facebook.
Yeah,
Facebook,
so
okay.
Facebook was a
Yeah.
big one, and then we'll do a lot of mail outs to certain neighborhoods
Right.
and stuff that you see a lot of traction in.
Okay.
Meaning people kind of move very quickly.
Yeah.
Even after living there just for such a short amount of time. So you just study the market, kind of
Right.
know what your niche is and stuff, and
Yeah.
really gets into that social media. Yeah, we put a lot of money into it. A lot of videos, a lot of pictures
Right.
and stuff. Just brand recognition is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
What I always tell her and tell everybody is, my goal is to be able to just walk on the streets and people just know, hey, he sells houses.
Okay.
I mean, I'm already at that point.
Okay.
And I'm only a year and a half in.
Oh, really?
And so it's like I know that a lot of my social media, like say 3,000 followers or whatever it is, It's great, but I want it to be 30,000.
Okay.
40,000. I just want people to. Live
You don't
and
settle
breathe.
for less, is what we're saying here.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
Yeah,
no, no.
okay.
The world needs to know what Cameron Gomez.
Because if I had 3,000 followers, I got 3,000 followers. I'm almost to 1,000 though. Let's hang on there. Okay. Yeah.
Very appreciative of the 3,000 that we have.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
that's just going to be the foundation to 30.
Well, and I think it goes to say without saying that you guys have worked very hard, like as far as branding yourselves. Do you guys sell the houses together? Like, does the company let you guys work together per se, or is it just like you say you do it together? How does that work?
So we're a team together, but we don't work together.
Oh,
he does
okay.
his thing and I do my thing.
Okay.
A lot of that is because, like me, I like to make a name for myself. I want people to know who Claudia Tovar is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of like him. You know, and so that he does his thing, I do my thing,
Okay.
and then
Now, is it under the
we're
same
good.
branch, I guess, or under the same
Yeah,
company?
yeah.
Okay, but so basically, you guys are separate employees, but I think it's a
Right.
good tactic to team like you guys are doing then.
Yeah.
I think it's something different, and that's part of the reason why I reached out to you guys, because again, I knew you as, just the branch manager, single mom, and now you guys are the CCG team. You know what I mean? So I thought that was really cool, and that's why I call you guys the power couple that you are. Would you say that it's a pretty competitive market?
Yes.
Like
It is, yeah.
Okay,
There's
so
a bunch
we
of agents.
what'd you say?
There's a bunch of agents out there.
Oh, okay. I
There's
thought you said a bunch of
literally
salty
like
agents.
No. There's
Just
a
say it,
bunch of
Cameron.
agents.
You know what
every
it
street
is.
corner,
Do you know
so.
what it like? I talked about this in previous episodes. You start popping, right?
Yep.
And then people start hating.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing the posts. What can you get into about it? Tell me. Or would you rather not?
No.
I don't want to put you in a
No,
position
it's
that's
good.
compromising.
No, it's
Okay.
good. Like you said, people, they don't like to see
Other people win.
other people win.
Right.
And it's hard. You just want to say so much stuff, but you have to be careful what you say. out there.
Absolutely.
And so, but we worked for it. We worked really hard. You
Yeah.
know, regardless of what people think. We're gonna continue to work hard. This
Yes.
is what we feed our children off of.
Right.
And so they're gonna keep eating.
I personally, absolutely. And I never understood how somebody can hate on somebody for winning or succeeding.
Right.
Like I would Mike, our producer, was just telling you guys that he has 20 or 21 other podcasts. I would never hate on any of them if their views were more than mine.
Right.
And then I actually have not met any of those other people with the other, except one of them, and they were really cool. Shout out to Megan and the other girl. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. But they were really cool. And I would love to sit there and meet like all the people that he produces podcasts for and get, embrace them, because there's room for everybody.
Right.
And I think that people lose sight of that. I think that people think that, oh, I have to be better than you. I'm not trying to be better than nobody. I'm trying to come in here, be funny as fuck, and leave and go to bed. You know what I mean? Like that's
you're good, you're good.
so you as realtors, I'm sure that it's a very competitive market. I guess you guys, have you experienced personally like being hated on for, well, we talked about that just in a,
Yeah, I mean, there's things that always.
So how does that
happen.
affect your work? Like
It doesn't.
it doesn't. Okay.
Me, I have a Floyd Mayweather mindset. I'm
Oh,
number
God.
one.
Yes.
No, but the thing is,
You know-
a lot of people.
Yes.
Hear me out.
Go ahead.
A lot of people say, he's number one. He's the greatest boxer ever because why? Because he runs, or he just plays really good defense. Whatever the case may be.
Right.
I
But
say that.
Okay.
He does say that. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
he's number what?
One.
Okay.
I think that's all that matters. Yeah.
LeBron James. A lot of people say he can't shoot. From the perimeter, ball hog. He's number.
One.
Okay, so at the end of the day, people are always gonna have something
Right.
to say. But as long as you're number.
One. Why are we filling in the blanks for you? This is my show, Cameron. Okay?
It is what it is.
No,
Yeah, so-
I get what you're saying. Yes, and I think that it's sad. I mean, working in radio, I will say that I've experienced that. I worked with a DJ who told me straight to my face that he did not want me to be better than him. Like when I first met him, he said, "I'm not going to teach you shit because I don't want you to become better than me. I don't want you taking my job." He doesn't work there anymore. I still work there.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like to me, I was like, why can't we just embrace each other? Why can't we win together?
off of each
And he was like concerned because he's Puerto Rican from New York. I'm Puerto Rican from New York. Bro, like that we should be teammates. We should be
Yeah.
winning together.
Yeah.
We should go home and eat.
Boricua brothers.
Yeah, we're Boricua. We should be going home eating the same steak.
Yeah.
They should be picking our fruit out. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? So I never understood. I get the competitive nature that, like there's some people who just want to be number one all the time. But like, I never understood why we can't just grow together. I never understood why people couldn't just win and succeed together if there's room at the table for everybody. So I'm sorry that you guys experienced that, but keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
I think that you guys are like winning. You guys are a hot couple. You guys are did I just see your number one in Waco?
Yeah. So
Okay.
right now, I'm individually ranked
Number
number
one.
one for units sold as far as individual agent statuses, and so there's like non-MLS agents
Okay.
that don't count because they're not in the Waco Association, and then there's some brokers that make all of their agents put everything under their name. So after waiting out those two options, then I'm number one as far as units sold in McLennan County.
Okay.
So
you're proud of your man, aren't you?
I am.
Do you think that's a win for both of you or just you individually?
No,
not to divide you guys, but
definitely both of us. Because if you notice, on the CCG team page, is everything that I post is always us.
It's always you guys.
It always has her name on it. It always has her phone number on it, and always has, se habla español. So if anybody ever looks at it, I don't speak Spanish.
I was going to say, ¿tú hablas español? Pero tú hablas
Muy
español,
poquito.
Sí. Yo hablo español también, so.
Ooh, I like that accent.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm always trying to market her as well, just in case any of the Spanish-speaking clientele comes around. They may call me, but I'm immediately transferring it to her.
Yeah.
And I always keep. It's not like I'm posting on camera.
Right.
She's always included.
Okay.
So no matter what, it's a success together as a couple, not just.
That's camera. I love that. I love that about you guys. I love that you guys can win together and go home and eat together. Eat that fucking Olive Garden.
More together.
You be eating other things, don't you? Claudia said, "Shut your mouth." Why you wipe your mouth?
I don't got this. I don't got this soul patch for nothing. So.
Cameron, let me tell you what I know about. He's a cocky motherfucker, isn't he?
This is why I didn't like him at first.
Yeah, but you know what? I will say in these few, I think we're at 20, 30 minutes so far. I like you. Because I like you. And I'm going to say, I think a lot of people perceive me as cocky outside of this podcast. And I'm not. Like, I just told you, I want us to all win together. But I don't let my hard work go unnoticed. Because I've been through it too, where I was destined to fail. And I was able to build this brand for myself.
Right.
And I won't ever forget that. I'll never forget where I came from either.
Yeah.
But people like he said that he's this. No, I'm not. Because I'm going to help you win too. Do you know what I mean? Like we're going to do this shit together because I didn't have anybody in my back corner. You know what I mean?
Right.
Except my best friend, shout out to Jaime.
You're doing great, by the way.
Thank you, Claudia. I appreciate it.
I watch all your shows. Cameron catch me laughing at my phone. I'm just like,
hey, bro, we had you on the big screen. Whenever I don't know if you noticed that we were at where were we at? Concan, Texas, is like south. We went to go float the Frio River. And so we had we rented this big old Airbnb house. But we literally was watching your last episode on the big screen TV in the living room, just jamming, just
the Joey Sykes episode, or was it?
No, that was Adrian.
Oh, Adrian Rodriguez. Okay, so you guys are behind. The Joey Sykes episode's out now.
No.
I've seen that one. He sings really good, by the way.
Shout out Joey Sykes.
Yes.
And then as of the release of this episode, the Adrian Fajardo episode will be out, and that's a deep episode.
Okay.
But I appreciate.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Now, as of when this episode releases, it will have been out, but right now it's not out. It'll be out Monday.
Right.
But thank you for saying that. Like, I really appreciate that you guys. And like I said, I've noted. Like, I know girl that you've always supported, but I didn't know him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Cameron always, I always saw Cameron Gomez on the live, watching my lives, and Cameron always we're listening. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't take your cockiness in a negative way. I think you just want to be recognized for your hard work.
I do.
You've been through a lot. It sounds like you've been through a lot in your life. It's not easy to lose your mother at a young age, and you could have been destined to fail. Yeah. You too, as a single mom, you could have been on the struggle bus, and now y'all,
Shout out to my husband for pushing me.
Yeah, that's good. And that's what makes a healthy relationship. Yes. Would you agree? Yeah. So let's talk about a little bit before we wrap up. I want to talk about how you guys separate your professional life from your personal life. So obviously you deal with haters in the real estate, in the business. How do you maintain the image of not being hateful back? I guess I don't know how to say it. How do you maintain the image of just being humble, I guess?
We don't feed into it, man.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
It's not.
I pray about it, because I do, I'm that, I was that person who I'll, lash back at you for,
right.
and you just can't let them win.
Right.
You can't.
It's not worth it.
You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
And
they
can stay.
I have too many listings or going through.
I'm the same way. I'd said that about all the the people we were talking about earlier. The homeboy. Again, I love the woman, but the homeboy, I just don't have time. Google my name.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to entertain your bullshit.
Right.
If you're not helping me win, you don't want to be a part of the success. Then we can't talk.
You
Like,
have to
that's
have
it.
tunnel vision.
Yeah, you do.
You got to know
You do.
where you're going, and then the rest is just
and I think,
noise in the background.
yes, and I think a lot of it has to do with the people that you surround yourself with. So obviously you have a husband that drives you to be better.
Right.
For me, my best driving source are my friends. The people,
Right.
my friends that I surround myself. My best friend has
Yeah.
always been a big support. Like, Andrew, you should have been doing this fucking podcast 10 years ago, bro. What you been waiting for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My homeboy's like, why haven't you started a podcast? Like, what the fuck? You go online. Why haven't you started a podcast? Like, so I think a lot of it has to do with, I mean, you would agree.
And those are keepers.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
have to keep them
Yeah.
really close. Because
Wait till you
there's
see,
not that many.
watch the Adrian episode. You know what I'm talking about. But Adrian Fajardo episode. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, what's next for the CCG team?
Keep growing, man.
Yeah.
Growing, yeah. I mean, my
Am I
goal-
invited to the cookout?
Of course.
I'm bringing hot dogs. I told you that, right?
You're bringing
I'm bringing the hot dogs.
Okay,
I'm bringing hot dogs.
We'll bring some beer too.
Of course. Yeah. Don't make me go look for that shit.
Yeah,
Again,
just go back.
I'm not
Just
going.
grab
No.
them now. As every time you go, because by the time we do the cookout, you have
Cameron,
at least
I
a
almost
24
called you
pack.
and said, bro, you're going to have to cancel because I don't fucking know.
No, you're good. I mean, really, my next goal is I can become a broker once I'm 4 years in.
Okay.
So September will be 2 years for me.
Yeah.
So my goal is get to that 4-year mark, open up my own brokerage,
Yeah.
and just take over.
Do you think it's going to be hard to maintain being number one in Waco? Or are you just going to keep doing your thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it will.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of great agents out there
Yeah.
that push a heavy
Yeah.
weight. And I mean, they're from here. Of course
Right.
They're going to, their auntie, uncles, cousins, sisters, they're going to refer whatever to them.
And you know
But-
what? Shout out to Roman. Like,
Yeah.
he's
Word,
like,
yeah, he's A1.
he's
Yeah.
like,
So he's nice.
Love Roman.
he was the first one,
I feel like he's like the
killing it.
patriarch.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, when I saw
So what's
real,
crazy is whenever I first started
Yeah.
in real estate a year and a half ago, I mean, that's
has it only been a year and a half?
a year and a half.
Yeah.
Two, September will
shit.
be 2 years.
Okay.
And so, but like kind of like outside looking in, I looked up to him. I never told him or anything like that.
Right.
We've exchanged a couple of text messages and stuff. Whenever I had initially started at Colwell, whenever I was where he's at, and great guy.
Yeah.
Appreciate the referrals, that he sent over and whatnot. But I've always looked up to him and kind of used him as that milestone.
Okay.
Hey, I want to get to that level one day. I need to keep pushing because I know he's pushing. If he's working, 9 to 8 every single day,
Right.
I need to be working 7 to 7.
Yeah.
I need to be putting these hours in just to make up for all the stuff that he's already
Right.
done. And he can work 9 to 5.
Right.
Not saying that he does. He probably works way more than that and whatnot. But I know if that's where he's at right now, I need to be doubling and tripling up just to catch up because
Right.
he's got years on me.
Okay.
And so it's
Yeah.
like, definitely look up to him. There's a bunch of other, other agents that are above, above me as far as years-wise experience,
Right.
overall sales volume. I'm not number one in sales volume.
Okay.
I think last time I checked it was like number 6 or 8.
Yeah.
And that's like sales prices
Right.
accumulated. Number one in units, which is nice, but to be number one in both, is the ultimate goal.
Right.
But definitely, once I hit that 4-year mark, I want to start my own brokerage, start getting some
Right.
agents under me. I got a couple buddies that are finishing up classes now, and just waiting to take their test with the
Okay.
real estate commission. That way they can come on under the broker that I'm at right now.
Yeah.
That way I can coach them and train them. So by the time I'm 2 years in advance or in the future, now I'm a broker. They're 2 years in experienced. Boom. I bring them into my brokerage. We're a solid team.
Okay.
So that's kind of my.
I think that's
to your
that's
goal.
a healthy competition
Yeah.
to look up to somebody like him, who I would consider Roman, regardless of what anybody says. I would consider him a juggernaut in the business.
Yeah.
And so I think it's cool to, like I was saying earlier, what sold me for Rogue Media Network was watching the Private Hip Hop podcast
Yeah.
with Prescription and Mary Jane, and that's why I said, I gotta meet those people.
Yeah.
I want them on my So I looked at them and was like, I want to, they're so fun.
Yeah.
And I can do that too. You know what I mean? So shout out to them.
Whoa.
But I don't know them, but shout out to them. And Claudia, what's next for you? You just want to keep winning,
Yeah,
be
just
by your
keep
husband.
winning, supporting my husband, making
Okay.
sure he gets to where he's at, making sure that I get to where I'm at, and making sure that my kids grow up.
That's
and
good.
Have a good life that we,
Yeah.
more than what we had.
Okay, that's what's
Yeah.
up. Well, you guys, I thank you so much for coming on. It was such an honor to meet you, Cameron. Claudia, what's up? Good to see you again, girl. We should all do dinner sometime.
Yes.
Since y'all are making the big broker money, I want to go Porfino's.
Hey, just let us know.
Can our listeners follow you on any social media? Which one of you guys want to give it out?
Yeah, I'll give it out. So Facebook, follow us at the CCG team. Instagram, Cam Sells Texas is mine.
Claudia, Texas Realtor.
Okay.
Claudia Texas Realtors for her. We also have a YouTube channel, the G Fam. You can also look it up under Cameron J. Gomez and Claudia Tovar. You'll be able to find us where we post a lot of our marketing pictures, marketing videos, and walkthroughs of properties and everything for you. So.
That's what's up. Well, thank you guys again so much for coming, and I really appreciate hearing y'all's story, and I hope that you guys have more years of success. I hope that you guys have more years of a successful marriage. More kids or not? Ooh, okay, anyway.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll see.
We're debating.
Yeah, before we wrap up, I want to make sure you guys please make sure that you like and subscribe to my YouTube page at The Public Affair. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at The Public Affair. I want to give another shout out to a couple more of our sponsors. Elite Barbershop, of course, on Hewitt Drive. My boy Sid Rodriguez cuts my hair. You can also go out there and check out my boy Marcus Guerrero. Again, they're on Hewitt Drive. Make sure you call them to book them with the number on the screen. Or you can use the Cut app and book your appointment with there. They have all the times available and everything. And like I said, Sid cuts my hair. You see, I look sexy, right? And I also want to give a big shout out, of course, to my boy Zihad Halabi with Cedar Sphere Digital Marketing Company. They are a local digital marketing company, and you can call them to, up your brand and your business. You guys should give them a call. And, call them for all your digital marketing needs. Waco, everybody, thank you so much again for listening to The Public Affair. And as always, darling, keep it between us.
Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support and a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.